Hello everyone, this is your weekly tarot reading for the week of May 20th to the 26th. So we're just going to jump into it. The most prominent planetary transit or shift or whatever that is happening this week that I want to talk about is the Sun entering Gemini. So for me, I'm getting the feeling that this is a time where we're really spending time coming into our truth, really like dissecting what our truth really is and what it means for us, so that when we go out, I guess, and interact with others and go out in the world, we are confident in who we are and in our truth and standing in that. So let's just jump into it and just let the messages come as they come. So this is the star spread or pinnacle spread like I did for the monthly readings. So it's going to be where we are currently, like what our current situation is looking like, what it is that we're seeking this week, the hidden as well as the known or unhidden factors affecting what it is that we want or seeking or just affecting this week, and then the outcome. So this isn't necessarily chronological or anything like that. It's not by days or anything, as you see. So let's just get into it. So what I have for where we're currently at, we have the Seven of Coins with the Queen of Cups. So for me, the first thing that came to mind was this is like a checkpoint, another checkpoint, but more of like a moment for us to kind of pause and reassess where we're kind of at, where we're going, where we've been, so that, you know, we can move forward. I'm also seeing this as a lot of us getting in touch with our intuition, some of our psychic abilities. But definitely seeing as us needing to not necessarily like stop the momentum, but for us to take a moment to assess, you know, to assess the situation, you know, in front of us, like I said, as well as, you know, taking a look at where we've been also. For me, it seems like us looking at all three, you know, past, present, and future. And, you know, us doing that is helping us figure out where we're headed. Oop, there we are. So for what it is that we are seeking, we have the Four of Coins. Oop, trying to fix my arms on this chair. The Nine of Coins and the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel very much that we're really ready to not necessarily just go, but we're really looking to complete a cycle in order to get to like that next like chapter. I'm like, the first thing that came into my head was kind of like Mario, like Super Mario, when you're at like the boss level and you're like, you're so close because you just to get to the next map you have to beat this boss. But not even just that, especially seeing this as, I'm seeing this as two different things, as either us being in control of our foundation, maybe our finances, could be also in control of our own stability. Like not necessarily feeling like you need like other people to sustain you. So maybe it is like we're looking to be able to be comfortable in our own, like our own, like what's the word that I'm thinking of? Like our own vibe. but I'm especially with this Wheel of Fortune. I'm seeing this as I'm really seeing this as completion. We're seeking a completion of a cycle. I mean, this card can normally, signify like movement, like, like not just movement, but like movement in the direction of like your life path. Like that's the feeling that I get when I look at this card. Like, because the arrow's pointed north, like it's helping you, like your moral compass, like you're figuring out where to go, like leading with your heart, and now you're going. But here, my eyes were drawn to the dragon here, giving me the Ouroboros vibe, I think. So for me, it really is the cycle of completion of something in order to get to this new chapter of your foundation of your life. Maybe this could even just be finances. This doesn't always have to be very like out there, but this is feeling very much spiritual for me, especially when you start off with the Queen of Cups with the Seven of Coins. Because, with this starting out, I guess you could kind of see this as chronological, see this as like where we're kind of starting off in the week. So, excuse me. Definitely seeing this as we're really, reassessing our foundation, reassessing our values, our moral compass. So, just put those to the side as we get to the hidden and known factors. So, the hidden factors had, I believe, the most cards that fell out. And I wanted to just kind of keep the cards that fell, even though, honestly, 4 cards makes me a little, like, uncomfortable. But, we have the Ace of Swords, the Star, 7 of Cups, and King of Wands. So, I really got to reposition this camera next time because my arms are a little uncomfortable. But, let me, like, organize these so that you can kind of see it the way I'm like seeing it in my head here. Just tilt this down if we can. There we go. All right. Kind of seeing it like this. With the Star on top, with like the Ace of Swords, 7 of Cups, and King of Wands like below. So what I'm seeing is like the Star pouring into the 7 of Cups. So I'm feeling that we're feeling very inspired, feeling very, just, I guess, not just inspired, but I feel like we're feeling guided by, some sort of source, or if you believe in, a god or whatever. Like the way that I'm seeing this is, whenever I look at this card, it's like us, whenever we can look at the scars, look at the stars, and we feel inspired, and we're reminded of like how small we are. But even though we're small, we're also reminded, well, at least when I do, reminded that even though we're small, we are impactful, just as there can be these, trillions of stars in the sky, and yet the ones that we do see, they still stand out to us out of, the trillions out there. So it feels like we're getting a sense of inspiration, being, also seeing this as like us channeling inspiration. As in, like, the things that, the ideas we're getting are like channeled ideas. Like, they're ahead of this time, low-key. So, they're, like, not in the sense of, like, they're too futuristic to where you can't act on them right now. But it's, like, these ideas that you're getting, it's making you realize just how many opportunities you really have to choose from. How much you are kind of overflowing with options and ideas. In avenues of exploration. I mean, you see like the lightning. Whenever I see lightning in the cards, it does make me think of like lightning flashes of inspiration. With this Ace of Swords, in context with the Star and the Seven of Cups, I'm definitely getting the feeling, especially with this being the week that we step into Gemini season, I feel like we're stepping through, like, you see how this looks like a portal? So I feel like we're stepping through, like, a portal of truth. Like, we're stepping through and we're being able to move in our truth in multifaceted ways. Or at least that's what we're being challenged to do. I love this rainbow here. I'm going to mention that later because I also pulled Oracle cards. I got my first Oracle card deck earlier this week, and I'm really excited to show you guys that. So I'll actually talk about that a little bit later. And with this King of Wands, the King of Wands makes me think of it kind of makes me think of like a Zeus-like character, like someone very full of like power, like they very full of spiritual power. And not just this, I'm also kind of seeing this maybe even a little bit as our higher self. So maybe you could even see this as, you know, a supporting card to the Star. Especially when I'm seeing, or I'm just noticing the little twinkling lights. So it feels like we are feeling that we're in our higher self. Like we're feeling like we're in like a higher vibration. And coming into our power. And acting on it, you know, not frivolously or anything, but, you know, moving with an air of confidence. Not arrogance, but just like, you know, when you get that truth and you realize, you know, this whole time you had thought you were special and you kind of realize I am freaking special. I am here with a purpose, you know. Let me move on to the known factors, which we have just 2 cards here. We have the High Priestess and the Six of Wands. So it's interesting that this is also in like the known position. So I feel like this also touches on to that part about the King of Wands, of us like being in our power and us kind of being aware of it. So I guess this card is, you know, it's letting us know that we're becoming aware of our innate psychic abilities. We're also, again with the rainbow, we're also fluctuating between dimensions. Like that's the first thing I look at when I see the Earth, like this planet, and then you see the yin and yang, which is for me supposed to be representative of like the spiritual world. And also with the columns, and then like the space at the top. Like I really feel that everything in, I love these cards because every little design detail is very intentional. So yes, I am definitely seeing this as we're becoming aware of, you know, our abilities, of our intuition. And not just that, but that we know that we're also in, not necessarily in the pursuit of something, but we're on our way to something grander than we can really imagine or see in front of us right now, but we can still kind of see it. Like, you still see it, like the dragon definitely sees it because they're going for it, but it's not within their grasp just yet. There's still like some obstacles. There's still something keeping them away from that diamond, that treasure. I'm not even necessarily seeing this as a physical thing. I'm seeing this as more of a like a spiritual treasure. I'm thinking of like the diamond in the rough, like the diamond within us. We're digging deep. It goes a little bit back more to that Queen of Cups energy, especially with this High Priestess, like all of this very psychic, all of this very watery feeling here. Yeah. So when we get to the outcome, or just essentially what I like to just look at this almost as like, if you wanted to just look at any 3 cards or any part of the reading and just focus on that, even though I'm not necessarily suggesting that, it would be this. I consider this kind of like the overall summary. So we have the 4 of Swords, the Hermit, and the Moon. All very much going within and going within like our psyche. Like, all of these cards speak of that for me, of going real deep. I mean, all of these cards today have really been speaking of very deep, going deep to find revelations, life-changing revelations. I'm also seeing this as like finding like a revelation that almost like shocks you alive. More figuratively than literally, but I mean, maybe for some it is more literally. Also, if I wanted to actually reposition these a little bit, if I want to look at this Moon card, or I do kind of just want to look at them all together. But I'm looking specifically at this Moon and the 4 of Swords, and I'm seeing it as us, okay, this is how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the Hermit as if he's like looking down into like, you see how the way he's kind of like on this little like cliff. I'm almost seeing it as if he's looking down into this, not necessarily like very like in a physical manner, but like I said, this definitely feels more of like a going within. And so as but as this character is like diving in, they're having to like sort through the swords and having to sort through them patiently, not like rushing, but just kind of like digging, going through the closet almost. And I see this as like a aha. Like, I pulled out a sword. Like, oh, I've been looking for this. Like, yeah. Like, that's how I'm seeing it. It's like, I've been looking for this. And I'm seeing that is the sword as if, ooh, wrong card. As that Ace of Swords, I'm sorry. Especially, I mean, with the lightning very prominent right there. So, let me get into the oracle cards. We had 3 of them fall out. So, we have the Rainbow Dragon, White Gold Dragon from Lyra, and the Dark Blue Galactic Dragon. All very, high dimensional dragon cards, which is really beautiful. I mean, these are honestly really beautiful cards anyway, but I'll just read a little bit of the description and just talk about not even just talk about, but just kind of conclude and just wrap everything up, just tie it all together. So this is what I was mentioning with the rainbow. It was really kind of exciting to see this. This was, I believe, the first card that I seen, these three fell out altogether, but this was, I believe, like the card on top. So it says, bring the leap of joy that opens new doors. Have trust, rediscover wisdom, expect miracles, accept opportunities. So again, I definitely feel like that was touching on that Ace of Swords energy, as well as this High Priestess energy, where we are having to, especially with this card is about like non-action. This is the opposite of the Magician. This is the card of feeling, of knowing. And so I'm also seeing that as, you know, having trust in the divine plan, rediscovering our inner wisdom, you know, with that Ace of Swords. You can even see they expect miracles and accepting opportunities as, you know, the Wheel of Fortune that came up. Going now to the White Gold Dragon from Lyra. Connects you to the highest Christ light. Develop your causal chakra and bathe in 9th dimensional Christ light. So I believe I actually want to read a passage about this one, because this one was a little bit, I won't say out of the ordinary, but one that I'm not entirely familiar with. So I actually really liked finding out a bit about this. So I'll just read the guidance part. These white gold dragons are attracted to you now because you already carry Christ's light in your aura. Ask one to take you to the 9th dimensional pool of Christ's energy held in Lakume. Visualize yourself bathing in the pool, which shimmers and swirls with pure light and love. Feel yourself absorbing all you are ready to receive. When you return, continue to feel the white gold light in your aura and practice pure unconditional love in your daily life. Your aura will radiate the incredibly high frequency of white gold, and the white gold dragon from Lyra will support you by continuing to pour Christ's light into you. Take time to find a quiet, still place where you can listen to its wisdom and guidance. So, again, I feel like that touches again on us moving into this Gemini season and us moving into this energy that is bringing in, you know, this Christ light and activating, you know, our light bodies and activating a lot of our chakras and causing us to purge and us to release a lot of blocks so that we're able to receive this light. And so we get to the very last card. Dark Blue Galactic Dragon helps you listen to the voice of the universe, ignite the codes of your master blueprint, access cosmic wisdom, and enter higher service. So, again, if you did not notice, like, it's definitely touching on this accessing, you know, wisdom, accessing a deeper wisdom, a cosmic wisdom, of listening to the voice of the universe, listening to the intuition, that little guide that nudges you in the right direction. So yeah, we're definitely unlocking a lot of our truth, unlocking a lot of our innate abilities. And it's, at least for me, if I can just speak about my experience, that it's just been, I mean, a lot of people that I follow, or, you know, some of my friends have been saying, you know, this was going to happen. And I mean, I believed it, but it's just like, it's definitely awesome in the truest meaning of the word to be living it and actually experiencing it in the now, and to just be like, wow, this was, you know, this truth was beyond, you know, what I could have ever expected, and just feeling so confident and in my power. So let me just finish this because I hear my daughter crying a little bit in the back. So let me go get her. Thank you so much for watching this. This is my very first weekly reading video, so I really hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, stay tuned for my daily videos. Trying to upload those earlier in the morning so that people on like the East Coast, or just those that aren't on the West Coast like myself, can watch that in a timely manner. So with all that said, I hope everyone has a great week. I wish everyone the best. I send everyone so much love, and I pray for many blessings for all of us as we go through this week. And I'm just really excited. I'm really excited for the truths that will be unlocking for all of us. So, with little left to say, I wish you guys the best again, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.